Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about the Trecena of Aj. Now the Trecena of Aj, we've just been through the Trecena of Ajpu, and before that we were going through the Trecena of Aj and the Trecena of Aj, and so we've had the Trecena which is going to bring out our hero, kind of all of those kind of things where we're looking for that higher meaning in our life, that we're looking for that higher meaning in ourselves, going on our quest to find it. And now we go into the Trecena of Aj. And this is maybe about using that. Really, what's the point? If we go on this quest, if we go and make ourselves better, then what does it actually do for the world? What are we actually going to do for our family? What are we actually going to do for ourselves through this mechanism, through this journey? And the Trecena of Aj is all about standing up, being counted. It's all about taking responsibility. It's all about bringing that harmony into the home, into the community, using the powers, the skills, the bravery that you've found in yourself through the Trecena of Ajpu, that newfound hero that's within you as such, allowing that hero to come out and actually do the work that needs to be done within the village or within the family. And so Aj is very much about creating harmony in your environment. Now, sometimes it's not easy to create harmony in your environment. Sometimes this is going to require something like maybe a decision that you don't want to make, or maybe a decision that's going to be unpopular or something like that, but it's the right decision for the long-term harmony of the community, the right decision for the long-term harmony of the family. And this is where Aj comes in. Aj is the spinal column. We say that people who aren't brave, that don't make decisions, this sort of thing, we might call them spineless, meaning they're weak and that kind of thing. Whereas Aj is literally about the spinal column. So this is saying about our own bravery, taking the courage to make those difficult or unpopular decisions so that everything prospers. In addition to that, we can see Aj as being the staff of authority, the staff which is carried by the elders. Now, the elders are there sometimes to pass judgment, sometimes to resolve disputes and those kind of things, but they're put there because they are the wise ones of the village. They are the ones who don't have necessarily their own interests in mind. They have the interests of the future, the interests of the future generations, the interests of the children, the interests of the good of the village in mind. They're only interested in what's good for everybody. And so when they make their decisions, it's not based on what they're going to gain most out of it. They're based on what is going to create the most harmony. And so you may find this, whether it's in society right now, or you may find it whether it's in your own life like right now. You may find that there's something that you might have to face up to, where you might have to be strong, where you might have to take this decision to make things right, even though it's not an easy or popular or even possibly happy decision to make. It's good for the long-term interests. So, of course, this is going to require all of the hero's strength that you've just found within you during your quest through one Ajpu. So, as we go through the Trecena of Aj, we're going to begin with the day 1 Aj. This might suggest some new authority, some new decision that needs to be made. Something where you're going to have to stand up within your home and face something which maybe you haven't done before. The beginning of something new, possibly. The beginning of a new period of responsibility, perhaps. And so this is going to require your decisions. And maybe you even need some encouragement. Maybe there's somewhere where you're just right for that job. You're just the right one to bring harmony, to bring balance to that situation. But you're not sure yet. And so one is where we need a little bit of encouragement. We need a little bit of a push. We need a little bit of our cheerleaders around us to say, yeah, you are strong enough for that now. Yes, you are brave enough. And yes, making that decision will be in the good of everybody. Okay, we then move into 2 Aj. And so Aj representing the Mother Earth, Aj representing our sacred spaces, our altars, Aj also representing the Mother. Now, the number 2 can represent self-sacrifice. And so Tuish is a great day to be giving back for all that you've received from Mother Earth, to be making sure that you're looking after her in the way that you should be. Now again, as I said, in this Trecena of Aj, we might be making some decisions that aren't particularly popular or aren't particularly easy to make. And so Tuish, making your sacrifice on behalf of Mother Earth, maybe you've received all these things that make you feel really nice and comfortable, but you realise that's not a sustainable way, and so you can't continue in that way anymore. So you're giving up a little bit of that comfort, you're giving up a little bit of that sustenance in order to make sure that Mother Earth is going to thrive. This is also a great day for giving back to our own mothers who look after us. Now, Ish is also the prayer giver. It's also the shrines and the altars. And so Tuish is a great day to be making a little sacrifice, to be making a little offering at the natural shrines and altars for the good of all, again in the Aj Trecena, in order to bring harmony to our community and to our families. We then move into 3 Tzikin. So here we have the combination of Tzikin with the number 3. Tzikin being the visionary, Tzikin being the one who brings abundance. That abundance or that prosperity, meaning that everybody thrives. So again, we see once again that it's about everybody thriving, including our environment, including that which gives us the material wealth that comes to us. It's not going to be sustainable if we just pillage the earth for what we need right now. What do we leave for our children? So in this Trecena of Aj, where we're thinking about these decisions, the 3 Tzikin can represent going inside to find a vision, because we have the 3 can represent the home, it can represent the internal stuff. And so it's kind of like looking around within your own home to see what truly brings you prosperity, to see what truly helps you to thrive. It's also about looking inside yourself for your own vision. What is it within you? What is your own vision that can help to bring that harmony, that can help to bring out that bravery, to help you to make the correct decision in order to bring harmony around, in order to help everybody to thrive? From that, we then go into 4 Ajmach. So Ajmach, the forgiveness, Ajmach, the sweetness of being a human, coupled with the number 4. So the number 4 we see as the material plane. So this might be about sorting out some issues where there maybe needed to be some apologies, maybe we need to resolve something in order to resolve a burden of shame, of blame, of guilt, something like that. But this is very much about material stuff. It's very much about actions, physical actions which may have happened. So if there is a physical action for which you either need to forgive or ask for forgiveness, then 4 Ajmach is going to be a great day on which to do that, because it's about resolving that issue within the physical plane. It's then also about bringing out the sweetness of the human, because there's a very hugely creative aspect to Ajmach, but only once you get over this burden. Okay, so it's going to release the burden, say sorry, hold your hands up, whatever, and say, yeah, sorry, my bad, that was me. Okay, because this is a day when we're going through the Trecena, which is about creating harmony within the community and home, and here's the day where we get to physically show our forgiveness. We get to physically allow this to happen, allow this process to happen, and that's going to bring in this essence of harmony. We then move from that into 5 Noch. So Noch being the thinker, the mind, the planner. Noch being the problem solver, the one that can manifest the idea, manifest the solution to the problem into the physical realm. Okay, and we got it there with the number 5. So the number 5, the one hand, which represents the work. And so here we're looking at something where you're working on an idea. So this is a great day to put some energy in. Work, from a scientific point of view, is the application of energy to a system. So this is all about putting our energy into something. So Noch comes up with the novel ideas, the ways to solve problems. So 5 Noch can be about putting our energy into solving a problem that possibly our community or our family has. So once again, in the Aj Trecena, bringing in the harmony of the home, bringing in the harmony of the community. And here we see it by saying, right, okay, that idea that you had, it's about time you put a little bit of effort into that so that we can bring it out, so that we can solve the problems. We move from 5 noch into 6 tihash. And here, once again, 6 tihash we see as the obsidian blade, we see as the healer and the warrior. Tihash, cutting away the superfluous, cutting through that which doesn't fit, cutting through that which doesn't work anymore, in order to bring out the truth, in order to bring out the true essence, the divine essence of something. And we have it there connected with the number 6. So the number 6 representing the bringing together of the divine masculine and the divine feminine into the physical plane. So this might be some kind of like inspired way of trimming down that idea that you were working on, some inspired way of editing, of cutting away the superfluous stuff which is stopping the community from being in harmony, cutting away maybe the superfluous stuff which is stopping you from being able to make that decision that's going to bring your family into harmony. So 6 tihash we can see is a very, very balanced tihash day. It's cutting away just the right amount. It's having the steady hand of the above and below, of the masculine and feminine, coming into balance to cut away exactly what needs to be cut away. 6 tihash can certainly be seen as a great day for editing something to bring out its true beauty, to bring out its true greatness. We then move into 7 kawok. So kawok, the midwife who brings the new birth. Kawok, the one that soothes the surgery after tihash. Tihash cutting away. Tihash, the surgeon, cutting away the superfluous. Kawok comes along and soothes it. Kawok comes along and heals it. Kawok comes along and washes away that which is being cut to allow the new growth to happen. She's the midwife to the new world. And here, Kawok can represent the birth process. Now, what is the birth process doing? Well, with Kawok, it's washing away that which has come before. And so when we washed it away, and then the 7 is at the end, it's at the peak, it's come to its pinnacle, it's come to the height of its power. And so here we see 7 kawok. 7 can represent endings. And so this is the end of the birthing process. And so whatever it is that maybe you've been trying to birth for the last 260 days, maybe you've been trying to birth for a little while or something like that, here's where you can finally bring it into the world. It finally gets delivered. The last obstruction that was in the way of delivering it into the world is washed away with 7 kawok. And what is it birthing in? Well, it's birthing in 8 Ajpu. We've just gone through the Trecena of Ajpu, and the way that the numbering of the Nawales runs, we go through the Trecena, 1 Ajpu. The next time that Ajpu comes around will be 8 Ajpu, and that's exactly what it is. So what does 8 Ajpu represent? Well, Ajpu can represent the sun. It's the quest for the divine. Ajpu represents the world of light in one way or another. It's the world of the hero. Now, when we have the 8, what we can see is the numbers 1 and 7 together, 1 being the beginning and 7 being the end. And so it's the entire spectrum of the Nawal Ajpu. Everything that's good, everything that's not good, everything that's divine, everything that's less than divine, all rolled up into one. So 8 Ajpu, the 8th day is the day on which we would normally make ceremony. And here we would make ceremony for every aspect of Ajpu, every aspect of the hero, every aspect of the world of light, every aspect of the divine, every aspect of what we're aiming for. And so we have within the Trecena of Aj, the 8 Ajpu day, to make ceremony, to give thanks for that which we can become, to give thanks for the strength of that hero inside of us that translates into the leader in the physical world outside of us, the one who makes those decisions, the one who stands up for the good, for the harmony, to help everything to thrive. After 8 Ajpu, we then go into 9 Imosh. 9 Imosh representing the waters, Imosh representing the oceans, and the number 9 representing the divine feminine. And so what we see here, Imosh can also represent the dream world. It's the collective consciousness that we all come from. And here we see it connected with the number of the divine feminine. We see it connected with the number of life. And so this is the life waters. This is the life of the ocean. So once again, in order for humanity to thrive, our oceans, our seas, our bodies of water have to thrive. So on 9 Imosh, this is a great day. If you want to do it ceremonially, this is a great day for a water blessing. This is a great day to remember that life comes from the water, that we exist because of the water, and in order to keep harmony in our world, in order to keep harmony in our surroundings, we need to look after that water. And perhaps it's to the women that we need to look or to ask, what do they dream? Imosh being the dream world, we're asking about the dreams in order to keep the water healthy, in order to keep the water in balance, in order to keep the oceans clean. So after that we then go into 10 Ik. So you've been ramping up through the Trecena of Aj. You've been working out how it is that you can bring in this new idea, what energy you have to put in, what you have to cut away, how you can birth in this harmony into the world, into your community, into your family. And here with 10 Ik, this might be a great time to present that to your community, to use your communication skills to get it out there, because we have Ik, the breath of life, the one that inspires, who's going to use their word to get it out there. And we have it connected with the number 10, which represents community, it represents society. So the two coming together suggests going to talk to your community, going to talk to your society in order to bring harmony. So this is about the announcement maybe, but also the consultation phase, because the 10 is not just about you speaking, it's about you listening as well to what your community thinks of that idea, to what your community wants from that idea. It's the cooperation that happens, the agreement that happens between community on your words. We then move into 11 Akbal. And 11 Akbal, here we see many new concepts. So the 11, well, going around in many different directions, taking a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from all over the place, to bring things into one new concept, one new sunrise, one new idea. So perhaps in the consultation era of 10 Ik, you heard some other ideas, some other perspectives on your way to bring harmony, some other perspectives on what it is that you thought to do. And 11 Akbal allows us to take the best from each of those, to combine them into one new dawn, one new concept. In 12 Cat, the following day, you may then also look to your past to see what else it is that might need to come into being. Because the 12 represents the bundling together of our life experience. And Cat also represents the bundling together, the bringing together of some things. And so we see a lot of consolidation going on the day 12 Cat. And that consolidation, well, Cat often brings multiplication. Cat is this day of good fortune, this day of harvest. So it can be consolidating perhaps life experience. Again, we're in this flow of the Trecena. It's all about bringing harmony. So how do you bring harmony to the community and the home? Here on this day 12 Cat, by going and looking back at these old ideas that you had and bringing them all together in one bundle to see what can be made about them. Now sometimes this might be revisiting old ideas, old experiences that you've seen work in other communities, that you've seen work in other houses, other ways of approaching the ability to bring harmony, to help things to thrive, because Cat is always going to help things to thrive as well. And in that, there's also the cat part of things which allows things to fall away. Cat is the day when we release our burdens as well. And so this may be going through, it's kind of like sorting out your attic, as it were. Sorting out what experiences, what ideas, what things from your past you want to keep in your net in order to bring your courage, in order to bring your strength, your bravery, in order to bring harmony, and what things no longer serve. What's just a burden now? What old ideas no longer serve the community that can be left behind? So 12 Cat can certainly be a day of a bit of a life review, looking at the old stuff of what was and seeing what needs to be. And then from 12 Cat, we're then going to go into the day 13 Can. So 13 Can, a very, very strong day. Can being one of the strongest Nawales, with the number 13 representing the spirit world. Now Can, in its greatest way, can represent wisdom and power. And we could say wisdom and empowerment. And here it's connected with the number 13, representing the ancestors, representing the ancestral world, representing the spirit world. And so on 13 Can, we can expect our idea, we can expect ourselves, perhaps our spinal column, to be given the power of the ancestors, to receive the power of the ancestors. Here we've got a day where the power of the ancestors, the strength of the ancestors, the wisdom of the ancestors is freely accessible. So this is a particularly interesting day. You know, when we look at the way that the Trecena runs, we're starting off wondering if our spine is strong enough, wondering if we're brave enough, if we're strong enough to act as the peacemaker, to act as the harmonizer within our community. And as we go through that, as we develop through the Trecena, we're ending up on 13 Can, where the wisdom of the ancestors comes to us, where the empowerment from the ancestors comes from us. It gives us the ability to perhaps see through the illusions of others. The Can energy needs to be handled. It's a serpent. We need to handle it fairly carefully. But as we do, we gain a lot of wisdom. And it's all about empowerment. And what better thing can we do than empower our community with the wisdom of our ancestors? So this might be seen as the ultimate goal throughout the Aj Trecena. And of course the wisdom of the ancestors, if it comes through, is going to come through to us as well. So everybody benefits, everybody gets empowered. 13 can also be a day when you may use that wisdom to see through the illusions, to see through the manipulations that may be happening through governments, may be happening through others. Okay, so the wisdom of the ancestors coming through to you may give you that ability to see past those things that people might not want you to see past. So, there's an overview of the Trecena Aj. I wish you great strength in your journey over the next 13 days. And I'll see you again for the Trecena of Aj. Thank you.